Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. The world of football is rife with rivalries, and then, there is Argentina versus Brazil. It is a saga written in moments of injured limbs, shattered morale, and utter chaos. It is more than just a match, it is a spectacle where every goal sparks controversy, and every pass is met with aggression. We are not merely looking at the final scores. We are diving into those moments where the beautiful game turned ugly, shining a spotlight on the clashes and bitterness that have come to define this monumental rivalry. So, what happens when the world's two most passionate footballing nations face off, where witnessing the opponent's defeat matters more than securing a victory for oneself? When football transforms into warfare. This is exactly what it looks like. To truly grasp this chaos, one must understand its history. This is no nascent rivalry, it is a century-old struggle. Born from the competition between two neighboring nations vying for the crown of South American football, from the very outset, these two giants established themselves as distinct entities, and with every passing decade, the intensity of this rivalry has only escalated, although their regular friendly encounters are officially dubbed the Superclásico de las Americas. The rivalry itself remains one of the most ferocious in the entire sporting world. At the very heart of it all lies an eternal question. Pelé or Maradona? They were not merely players, they were footballing deities. Living embodiments of national pride, their exploits became so inextricably woven into the fabric of Brazilian and Argentine identity that every match became a new chapter in that enduring debate, another opportunity to prove whose style of play and whose hero reigned supreme. From the dusty pitches of the 1920s, where clashes between players and fans were commonplace, to the grandest stages of world football, this story has unfolded. It was never just a game, it was a clash of identities, a battle for supremacy spanning an entire continent, and in every encounter, you can feel the weight of that history. Some goals win matches, and some goals, it seems, ignite explosive controversies. In this rivalry, the most memorable goals rarely rely solely on physical prowess, rather, they hinge on the moment itself, its significance, and the humiliation inflicted upon the opponent. Recall the 1990 World Cup. Brazil entered the match as the heavy favorites to win and completely dominated the struggling defending champions, Argentina. Brazil besieged Argentina from every angle, yet they could not find the back of the net. Diego Maradona, whom the Brazilian players had successfully neutralized for nearly 80 minutes, suddenly burst into life. In the 81st minute, despite being surrounded by Brazilian defenders, he surged through the midfield. In his signature style, he delivered a powerful pass to Claudio Caniggia, who rounded the goalkeeper to score the match's solitary goal. Argentina triumphed 1-0, knocking the tournament favorites out of the competition. But the drama did not end there. The match also became infamous for the holy water incident, in which Brazilian player Branco claimed that Argentine staff had handed him a water bottle laced with sedatives. Although never officially proven, Maradona later jokingly confirmed the story on television. Thus, that extraordinary moment from a legendary player became forever intertwined with one of the sport's most notorious tricks. Now let us turn to the 2004 Copa America final. Argentina held a 2-1 lead and stood mere seconds away from victory. It seemed as though the trophy was already firmly within their grasp. However, in the 93rd minute, Brazil's Adriano chested down a loose ball inside the box and unleashed a powerful volley into the net, leveling the score. The Argentine players collapsed onto the pitch in despair. In the blink of an eye, their dreams were shattered. Brazil subsequently went on to win the penalty shootout, marking a truly heartbreaking defeat. And then came the goal that healed the broken heart of an entire nation. It was the 2021 Copa America final, played at Brazil's hallowed Maracanã Stadium. Throughout his entire career, Lionel Messi had been haunted by the fact that he had failed to win a major title for Argentina. In the 22nd minute, Rodrigo de Paul delivered a magnificent long pass that found Angel Di Maria perfectly. A Brazilian defender slipped, presenting Di Maria with a golden opportunity to score. He deftly chipped the ball over the goalkeeper and into the net. That single goal was enough. Argentina held on to their 1-0 lead and won the match. The sight of Messi, finally a champion for his country, sinking to his knees in tears of relief was a historic moment. This victory was achieved on the home soil of his greatest rival, in football's most sacred land. When the stakes are so high and the animosity runs so deep, football sometimes succumbs to sheer aggression. In this rivalry, fights, scuffles, and red cards are not merely a possibility, they have become a tradition. The 1982 World Cup served as a prime example, an unstoppable Brazilian squad featuring stars like Zico and Socrates completely outplayed Argentina, taking a commanding 3-1 lead. The young Diego Maradona, who had been relentlessly having been subjected to repeated kicks. He finally lost his composure. In a moment of utter frustration, he delivered a powerful and vicious high kick to the stomach of the Brazilian player, Batista. He was immediately and unequivocally shown a red card. The world's most electrifying young player was sent off the pitch in disgrace, a fitting symbol of Argentina's defeat and downfall. However, in terms of sheer and widespread violence, the 1991 Copa America was on an entirely different level. The game felt less like a football match and more like a street brawl. From the very first whistle, the match devolved into a festival of aggression. Tackles were ferocious, and tempers flared rapidly. Just 31 minutes in, a scuffle resulted in both Argentina's Claudio Caniggia and Brazil's Mazinho being sent off. But that was merely the beginning. A horrific brawl ensued, leading to the issuance of several more red cards. By the end of the match, numerous players had been sent off yet. Despite this, Argentina managed to secure a 3-2 victory. This triumph was achieved through a combination of kicks and punches that left Brazil completely battered. The match felt less like a game and more like a war, and even in friendly matches, the animosity between the two sides remains undiminished. In a 2012 fixture, a scuffle during injury time saw both Ezequiel Lavezzi and Marcelo sent off, proving that whenever these two teams face off, the concept of a friendly atmosphere simply ceases to exist. At times, the drama is not confined to a single goal or a solitary brawl. Indeed, the entire event descends into utter chaos, and the game itself becomes a mere afterthought. November 21, 2023, has now become a date that will forever be remembered as a dark chapter in history. It was a World Cup qualifying match held at the Maracana Stadium, and the tension within the arena had reached a fever pitch even before kickoff. During the national anthems, horrific scenes unfolded. Brazilian police entered the stands occupied by Argentine supporters and began striking them with batons. The fans retaliated by smashing chairs and using them as weapons. The players on the pitch watched in horror as the chaos unfolded. Argentina's goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, even attempted to scale the barriers to confront a police officer. Led by an enraged Lionel Messi, the entire Argentine squad walked off the pitch and retreated to the dressing room, flatly refusing to resume play. Consequently, the match was halted for nearly 30 minutes. When they finally returned, the atmosphere was incredibly tense and suffocating. The ensuing match, predictably, was a messy affair, riddled with fouls. Then, in the 63rd minute, Argentina stunned the entire stadium, rising high to meet a corner kick. Defender Nicolas Otamendi powered a header into the net. That single goal secured a 1-0 victory for Argentina and handed Brazil their first ever home defeat in the history of World Cup qualifiers. To have that historic streak broken by their arch-rivals on a night marred by shocking violence was a moment of national humiliation for Brazil, a heartbreaking goal, a brawl that halted the game, and moments of chaos that left the world in shock. The rivalry between Argentina and Brazil is not merely about who plays the best football. It is a matter of pride, history, and an insatiable desire to reign supreme. It is a narrative where extraordinary skill collides with stunning aggression. Every tackle carries the weight of a century of struggle, and every goal marks another chapter in an endless war. This is not merely the beautiful game, it is a brutal game. It is a spectacle of passion and chaos unlike any other rivalry on earth. But the story is not over yet. These two powerhouses will face off once again, and when that happens, you can be sure that there will be even more drama, more controversy, and more chaos. In your opinion, what is the most dramatic moment in the history of this rivalry? Did we leave any out? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love football's greatest rivalries, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories from the world of football.